This is Craig Haugard with your Financial Issues Ag Update. The corn market drifted lower yesterday despite the solid weekly export sales numbers of 49 million bushels. Prices drew pressure from a stronger U.S. dollar and favorable weather conditions in South America. As I record this, the overnight spot corn futures are trading a penny higher. Soybean market traded higher yesterday as we saw some bargain hunters showing up to buy soybeans after we set some multi-month lows earlier in the week. Weekly export sales came in at 25.86 million bushels, which was well above the 19 million bushels that we need to average on a weekly basis to reach the USDA's target for the current marketing year. Sales of U.S. soybeans to China were at 5-month lows as the coronavirus has been slowing their purchasing for the time being. In the overnight trade, spot soybean futures are trading a penny higher as I record this. The wheat market was lower on lack of fresh supportive news, a strong U.S. dollar, and technical selling. The weekly export sales report didn't help us out at all, coming in at a disappointing 12.4 million bushels. In the overnight trade, we're still seeing a little weakness with Chicago a penny lower, Kansas City and Minneapolis currently unchanged as I record this. Cotton futures seem to be consolidating and perhaps working a bit higher. That was the case yesterday with the March futures up 40 points for the session as they settled at 64.91. In the overnight trade, we're giving away a portion of yesterday's gains with spot futures 23 points lower. Livestock markets were higher straight across the board yesterday. April live cattle futures finished the day 57.5 cents higher, while March feeder cattle were up 32.5 cents. The best news came in the lean hog futures market. That market has been bloodied lately, but yesterday we had April futures as well as the more deferred futures months all close up the $3 limit. We will have an extended limit in lean hog futures today. Looking at the April futures chart, we closed at 64.87 yesterday, and we gapped lower 3 times in the past couple of weeks. And even if we can just retrace and fill those gaps, it would take us April futures back up to 72.83 to get that job done. Class 3 milk futures turned in a positive close, with the March futures 17 points higher as they closed at 17.23. In the overnight trade, we have spot futures up an additional point. Cash livestock markets were a mixed bag. At the close, we had choice beef boxes 21 cents higher to close at $210.93, while selects were $1.98 lower as they settled at $205.96. And pork carcass values were stronger by a nickel as they closed out the session at $65.35 per hundredweight. This has been Craig Haugard with your Financial Issues Ag Update. We'll be right back with more financial issues after this.